Imagine dropping just 10 bucks on a pair of basketball shoes. Sounds like a steal, right? Now, imagine those shoes sparking one of the biggest feuds in sneaker history. It isn't your average shoe store. It's about pride, performance, and a whole lot of controversy. And that $10 sneaker? It came from an NBA star who wanted to change the game, literally. Back in the early 2000s, Stephon Marbury made headlines by releasing his line of ultra-affordable sneakers. Just $15. His goal? Make quality shoes accessible to every kid, no matter their background. But not everyone admired the move. One of the biggest names in basketball, yep, LeBron James, publicly criticized the sneakers, questioning their quality. That jab didn't sit well with Marbury, and the feud that followed lingers in sneaker culture to this day. Imagine trying to help kids and getting slammed for it. That's wild. Fast forward a bit, and another NBA star finds an entirely different way to shake up the sneaker world. LeBron James, fresh off a jaw-dropping 71-point game, teamed up with Adidas for a bold move. In honor of that unforgettable performance, they dropped the price of his signature kicks to, you guessed it, $71. It wasn't just clever marketing. It was a subtle flex and a thank you to fans who watched him go off that night. Think about it. Scoring 71 and then giving fans a shot at grabbing history on their feet. That's how you turn a moment into a movement. But just when you think things can't get any more futuristic, enter Victor Wembanyama. LeBron once called him an alien, and Nike took that idea and ran with it. His alien sneakers, priced at $130, are sleek, space-age, and straight-up otherworldly. But that wasn't enough. Oh no. Nike went full Star Wars mode with the Wookiee of the Year edition, covered in Chewbacca-style fur and priced at $190. Yeah, these things look like they walked out of a galaxy far away. From $10 dreams to Wookiee-themed fur, NBA sneakers aren't just about basketball anymore. They're statements, memories, and sometimes even feuds wrapped in laces. And we're just scratching the surface. Now, if you thought alien kicks and the $10 controversy were wild, just wait till you see what happens when video games, crystals, and high fashion collide on the court. Let's start with something every gamer can appreciate: Paul George's PlayStation sneakers. Priced at $300, these weren't just stylish. They were a full-on nostalgia trip. The design? A tribute to the original PlayStation, complete with the iconic triangle, circle, X, and square controller buttons. They even lit up with pulsating lights in the tongue. Yes, lights. It's like strapping a DualShock to your feet and still being able to drop 30 points a night. For sneakerheads and gamers, it was the best crossover ever. But while Paul George went for geek chic, John Wall took things in a whole other direction, straight into luxury. His rare crystal-covered Jadapies came with a price tag of around $600. But let's be real, they looked like they belonged in a museum more than a gym. Covered in dazzling jewels and stored in protective cases, these sneakers sparkled harder than an NBA championship ring. Seriously, who needs diamonds when your kicks already shine? And then there's Steph Curry, who took things from the hardwood to the red carpet. At the Met Gala, yeah, that Met Gala, Steph showed up in a custom Versace suit, but it was his Curry 10s, inspired by the theme and matching the outfit, that stole the spotlight. Price tag? Around $2,000, and good luck finding a pair. These were never released to the public. Fashion meets function in the most elite way possible. But the crown jewel of Curry's sneaker legacy, the Bruce Lee tribute Curry 8s, bold yellow and black, inspired by Lee's iconic jumpsuit, but with a much deeper purpose. These weren't just tribute shoes. They were part of a campaign against anti-Asian hate. And when they hit the auction block, they fetched a jaw-dropping $62,000. That's not just sneaker history. It's a statement, a message, and a legacy all in one. From PlayStation nostalgia to crystal bling and Met Gala flair, the NBA's sneaker game is on another level. But if you think that's expensive, we haven't even hit the $1 million mark yet. Coming up are the $220,000 sneakers worn by legends. And yes, the $8 million shoes that broke records. Stick around, because the wildest part is still ahead. At this point, it's clear. NBA players don't just wear sneakers, they wear stories. And Anthony Davis? His story starts in the snack aisle. Enter the Ruffles Jordan 1s. And yes, you heard that right. These custom kicks were inspired by Ruffles chips, complete with a cheesy design and wavy patterns that mimic the chip's iconic texture. But the real kicker? They didn't come in a shoebox. They came in a giant chip bag. Price? Over $5,000. Who knew snacking and sneaker culture could blend so perfectly? Now, when it comes to rare sneakers, LeBron James doesn't just top the list, he owns it. First up, the Stewie Griffin LeBron 6s. Designed after the animated Family Guy character, these shoes are decked out in cartoon-style outlines and bold colors. But what makes them legendary? They were never sold in stores, and a single pair has fetched around $20,000 on the resale market. It's like wearing pop culture on your feet, with a price tag to match. But wait, it gets crazier. One pair of LeBron's shoes from his high school freshman championship game, yep, before he even hit the NBA, sold at auction for $200,000. Just imagine that. A teenage LeBron stepping into greatness and someone dropping six figures for the sneakers that captured the moment. And if that wasn't enough, his rookie Zoom generations, worn during his second ever NBA game, went even higher. When these hit the auction block, they pulled in a mind-blowing $220,000. Not bad for sneakers that saw just 48 minutes of action. But let's turn our attention to James Harden because he took things from the court to the car showroom. His ultra-limited chrome Adidas X Ferrari sneakers were more than just shiny. They were designed to match his red Ferrari. Wrapped in a sleek, metallic finish, these weren't your average basketball shoes. And here's the twist. You couldn't just buy the shoes. You had to buy the car too. The whole package? A cool $300,000. These aren't just shoes. They're collectibles, time capsules, and flexes all rolled into one. But even with $300,000 sneakers, we're still not at the top of the mountain. Because next up is a pair of shoes so rare, so legendary, they didn't just break records. They redefined sneaker culture. And yep, they come with an $8 million price tag. Trust me, you're going to want to see this. Just when you thought things couldn't get any more legendary, enter Kobe Bryant and the pair of shoes that defined the meaning of the Mamba mentality. The Kobe 8 Elites worn during his infamous Achilles game are more than just sneakers. They're a symbol of resilience. These were on Kobe's feet the night he tore his Achilles, refused to be carried off the court, and calmly walked to the free throw line to sink 2 clutch shots. That moment was unforgettable, and so were the shoes. At auction, they brought in a staggering $660,000. That's the price of heart, grit, and an iconic legacy. But what if a shoe wasn't about flash or fandom, but about giving back? That's where Magic Johnson comes in. His custom Air Force Ones, created for charity, weren't just stylish. They were designed to support college scholarships for kids of incarcerated parents. The auction hasn't even closed yet, but experts expect them to bring in around $1 million. Now that's what you call using your platform and your sneakers for something bigger. And finally, we reach the top. The Holy Grail. The shoe that changed sneaker history. Michael Jordan's 6 championship sneakers, yes, the exact pairs he wore to clinch each of his 6 NBA titles, sold for a jaw-dropping $8 million. Each one signed. Each one is a piece of basketball immortality. Together they form a legacy no player has matched. It's not just footwear, it's a museum-worthy moment in a box. But hey, let's not forget a few wild cards. So whether it's a tribute, a charity, a moment of pain, or the greatest triumph in sports history, these aren't just sneakers, they're stories. And sometimes, those stories cost millions. Which of these shoes blew your mind the most? Drop your pick in the comments and don't forget to like and subscribe for more crazy stories from the NBA world.